Hi, this is Hart, and I am going to be making pocket pages. I'm making a book. I'll show that book later. But this pocket page, I want it to be for the inside of this book that I'm currently working on. So my pages need to be 9 inches wide, because folded in half, that'll be 4.5 inches, and 6.5 inches tall. So I want to take my scoreboard to 6.5 inches, and there's lots of different ways you can score if you don't have a scoreboard. It's just today I'm wonky. I tried to cut this without it, and my paper was wonky. So we score it there, crease it here. Now, this is my initial size. Once half of 12, I'm going to go to 6. Okay? Because I want this to be no bigger than 4.5 inches wide. It has to fit into my book. So if you're doing this without a scoreboard, then you just make sure that you fold this back far enough that it doesn't stick out the edge of your book. Okay? Where the white side's at the top, so you fold it back this way. That way you have a pocket here, and a pocket on the other page. Now, I want this to be 4.5 inches. Because that's my perfect size. And I'm sorry that it's hard for you to see, so let's just fold it this way so you can see it better. So you can see this is my perfect size at the 4.5. But there's a lot of overhang, right? On this other piece, which is awesome. The reason it's awesome is because at 4.5 here on this side, let's just do 7.5 minus 4.5, 3 inches. I'm scoring it at 3 inches. And the reason I'm scoring it at 3 inches is because it's also going to be a pocket. So now my cover, I can choose to have my pocket this way on the cover. So it's just one 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. Now it's not going to look good in the book yet. Let me get a wild washi tape. It's not going to look good in the book yet. And the reason it doesn't look good is because these folds on the inside need to have a little bit taken off. So let me show you what I mean. So when you buy a folder, and you see how that folder takes a little bit of the bulk out by cutting that little V, that's what I'm about to do. So I'm going back and just cutting. And yes, I just eyeballed it, but I just want to cut a little bit of that V out. Up to the line and just over. You can see what I did here. Oh boy, is that wonky. Today should not be a crafty day. And you can see that that's just a high folder. The other thing you can do, which is kind of nice, and other companies do this, is do you see how some companies just put a little notch like this? You can do that as well. And you can tell that it's cute to tuck it in or not tuck it in right there. And so if you want them to be the same, all you have to do is just fold them both at the same time. And it doesn't even matter how perfect or imperfect that notch is. And then it looks cute. Now my wonky looks less wonky. Now this will be the inside folder, and this is going to be the outside folder. One of the things you'll see right here is that, well, that doesn't really work as a folder. Okay, that's fine. It will in a second, because all you need is some washi tape, or something more durable preferably. And then you just tape it down the side here. If you want this book to be something more than just a temporary book, I strongly encourage you using regular paper. Trimming it about the thickness of washi, about 1 inch, maybe less. And then what you do is you take it and you take your regular paper, you lay it on, you put glue on it, you lay it on both sides. You could put glue on your washi too, makes it a little bit more durable. The reason I do this way, instead of using glue down the line here, is I don't want to lose any of my pocket size. That's why. But I'm probably going to come back and reinforce this one later. if I choose to make it a permanent one. Now this right here, I personally don't like it to be, actually that's a good fold. So sometimes it sticks out. This one didn't stick out. But let me show you how this is multiple pockets, right? So I have a pocket here, and this is going to be a pocket here. The way you do this, if you're doing it with washi, it's kind of easy, is you just put a little down at the bottom. I did them both on accident. Well, you don't want to do it on both because it's a folder, see? So you put it down at the bottom, you roll it up on your folder side, on the inside, and that's the bottom of your edge. This, you can cut a little angle off, make it look more like a pocket on the inside. You can choose to line this pocket here if you want, and I'll show you really quick. It keeps things from falling out. All you do is you go in and you tuck that in. Boy, I am all wonky today. But for those of you who need to be precise, you get the idea, right? And now, I really want this to be a good tuck spot. And so, I take my top. It's all squared off right there, so I think it would be a good idea to just leave my washi square instead of doing a little angle. So I have another pocket here. And I just fold it down on the inside here. And you want it to look pretty on this side, so it's good to give it a little angle on this side. And trim. So now this gives me multiple pockets, okay? And it's going to fit perfectly in my book. So I have a pocket here. You could even make it a pin pocket if you wanted to make it smaller. And then you have a pocket here. And you have big pockets here and here. And it's the size of my book, okay? The reason I made mine smaller by like 1/4 inch is I want to have little mini tabs to be able to put it in and out of there. So let's make one more. Same concept, different size, okay? So here we go. Do you see how this tucks back and it's 3 inches? And there's 0 inches here? Well, if I take it and I want to make it 1.5 inches on both sides, it'll give me the same result and a stronger pocket here. Okay? So let's do this. So again, my 12 by 12. I want my book to be 6.5 inches tall. So I scored at 6.5. This will be the outside of one of my signatures. Then, if you have a scoreboard, you can go 1.5 inches in here, flip it over, and then 1.5 inches over here. Then it's 12 inches long, so I want to score it in the middle at 6. So I fold it here, double check my lines here, and then you have the white at the top because you have it folded. Then you fold it here. You take the next side and you fold it all your score lines, and you keep going inside, and you can kind of see how your folder's coming together, right? So you see the same pocket right here that we're going to end up making. See that? So on this one, I trim a little corner. If you want both corners to be the same, you can just open it back up and use that as your guide to make both corners the same. So now look at it again, and you have both corners the same. Your washi tape. Let's close this edge off so things don't fall out, right? And what I mean by that is you put something in here, you don't want it falling out this way. So I'm just going to wash it here and here on both sides of my little airplane. Okay? So I lay it back out. And I like to do it with it folded. I hope it's still easy enough for you to see. Right? And the reason I like to do it when it's folded is because paper, when folded, will have a different width because the one on the inside has to poke out a little bit. That's why you get that little V that happens. And I don't mind if I see a little bit of white there. I don't mind that. If you feel the need to trim it off, trim it off. That's fine. So that's done. So now I have one pocket, 2 pockets. Oh, and I made a mistake. Do you know what mistake I made? Started doing the pockets before I trimmed it out. So the good news is I used washi. And what do I mean by trimming it out? So inside of the middle here, I want to have a little V, okay? So I make the V first, and then I'll make the Y. Why? Because I like you. M-O-U-S-E. Sorry, Mickey Mouse. Okay. And I'm going to be a little bit wonky. Why? Because I know I'm going to be a little bit wonky. So here's my V. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, which is fold the piece in. You can glue that down, tape that down, whatever you want. But if you do it individually, they're going to be 2 different sizes. You don't want that. So you bring it back up, fold it in half again, find your little spot, whatever you want it to look like. Fold both at the same time. I'll show you what I mean. They're both folded at the same time now. Then you just tuck them both under, using that, and it gives you a nice finish. And I'm just feeling washi-like today, so I'll just rip off a piece of washi, glue it, and use the washi to get it down on both sides. Small, big, it don't matter. It's down. You can't see it anyway. So now that that part's done, then I can fold this in and finish this part. Okay. Now you don't want to tape it to here because then you can't use this as a pocket. That's why you only just tape the edge. let's take this edge. And again, like I said, if you tape it like this, it may not fold properly for you. So you want to fold it. Do you see how that white shows when you have it folded, but the white doesn't show when you have it straight? That's why you want to have it folded before you tape it down. And then washi tape's nice for this. There you go. Because if you get it stuck on something, it comes right up. And this is not going to be a permanent book. It's just going to be a book for me to toss notes and things into. You see, I have now 1.5 inches on both sides. 2 good little tuck spots. That's going to happen. And when I say tuck spots, I mean a little pocket like this. Okay? So, in order to have a little pocket like this that doesn't flap open, I need to tape it down on both sides. Okay? So, instead of using washi tape, there's all different kinds of things you can use. But today, I'm in the mood to use washi and I'm liking how it's looking, so that's how it's going to go. And you really only need your washi to be as long as that little spot. And we'll get the top. And remember, on this top part, you kind of do want a clean line. Because the bottom has such a clean line. But yet you can cut it at an angle on this side. And the reason I say that, and I'll show you in a second. The reason I say that is, oops, I'm such a dork. That's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say is, after we fold this over, do you see how it's a straight line there? Curve that in, it looks better. And you see how I wasted washi here? Don't be goofy like me and don't waste it there. Cut it to the edge. You might have to trim it again. That looks good. So we have a nice, perfectly edged pocket there. And I want a nice, perfectly edged pocket here too, so you just trim it to the edge. And like I said, this is going to show. So I would recommend giving you a nice corner here. And I'm doing a lot of flipping of this paper, so if I didn't do a good job of describing how to make this multi-fold, let me know. I can cut it again better. Just tell me what I can do better. I'm cool with that. Are you going to fit on this side? Well, you could if I wanted you to. Yeah, you do. So if I take this, let's do it this way. And then flip it up from the bottom. It's nice and square. So then the last piece for this one. Goodness gracious, got sticky fingers. Okay, I want it at an angle here. So I'm going to start here. Second little tip. And trim it off to the edge. When I fold it over, it has a nice little angle, and anything you've made just a touch wonky, you can trim off with your scissors. And now isn't that cute? You have 2 pockets, another pocket, and another pocket, and I don't feel like making any more pockets, so let's just make pages. So I'll make 2 signatures. I really should make 3 signatures. What did I do wrong on this one? I don't know. Let's see what I did. So we are at 6 inches. That's fine. And so you can see at my 6 inches here, I could be all fancy and do this perfect. So you want to fold your paper in half, your 6 inch mark. So now I know it's 6 on both sides. If you really want to be precise, you can go at a 1/2 inch in with your 6 inch line. Leave that little teeny mark for yourself for later. Okay? I told you my book is 9 inches. I'm sorry. My brain is not working. It's 9 inches by 6.5 inches. So if it's 9 inches by 6.5 inches, then I creased this one at 6.5. There it is. Oh, that's what I did wrong. So I creased this one at 6.5. Okay? Following my line, I now creased at 6.5. Here's my split the paper in half at 6 inches, and then I also have 6.5. Doesn't matter how you fold it right now. But I like to fold it this way. So if you want to play along, your 12 by 12 paper, currently scored at 6. And 6.5. With this side folded up, being 6.5 inches tall, I am going at 1.5 inches and scoring. Because it goes to my 12 inch line, I am going to 1.5 inches and scoring. Okay? The reason I'm doing that is because I want to make another one with a pocket that goes in. Okay? I want to change the way this pocket is. Always because I want to do something different. Don't make fun of me, I just always want to do it different. Okay? So then I just have a blank cover, right? But I like having a lot of funky pockets in different ways and different doodads. So, how can I make this one different? Well, what I would do is I would just trim it to the top there. Keep that flap off. And get rid of this. Trim it just to my score line and get rid of that square. You say, well, that isn't all that exciting. I'll show you why I kind of like it. Because if you cut it to the inside, here, and here, then you can just fold down your corner here. This is also a pocket. You see your pocket now? Right here. Oh, wait, I'm not done. There's also a tuck right here and a pocket right there. So now let's just finish it up so it looks clean. Because this should have that Y shape again. I like that Y shape. Why? Because I like you. All right, I like these two to be exactly the same, just in case they face each other one day. So I'm going to unfold all my shenanigans. I am going to face those 2 sides together. And I see that I trimmed this one all wonky. Because it's just trimmed out wonky. And then I just want it at the same angle. And you can fold it or you can cut it that way. And I am choosing to fold it that way. Same angle, good to go. And now you can see that even though it's not perfectly centered because my paper was just a hair shy of 12 inches, even though it's not centered, it will still look darn good facing each other. Like that. You see that? Now, there's a lot to do before I put any tape on because I want that Y right here. So I open it back up. I keep my little folded tips at the top. I fold my tips towards each other. This is where my Y is going to be. It's all upside down right now. And I gave myself a little marker at 1/2 inch. You can draw a line. You can do this however you want. You just want to take the bulk out of it. And you want that bulk to come out all the way from your crease line. You see how it comes all the way from your crease line. So if I fold this back up, you can see that it's a little bit wonky. It's nothing but a chicken wing. I open it back up again, fold it in half, and I just create a pretty little Y by folding both sides at the same time. When I open it back up, you see this pretty little Y. Might be easier to see this way. You see this pretty little Y right here, and I'm folding it to the inside. This is the first thing I'm going to tape down. It gives it a much more finished look, even if you're a wonky cutter. So where's my party tape? Dang it. Where is that party tape? I know you can see it, and I can't see it. Well, I guess this one's going to have a different kind of party tape. Oh, this one's going to have this kind of tape. Wow, that's similar to the... that's good. Okay. This one I'm going to be using on my boho. I really need to get that done. I have a deadline for that, actually. And when I'm done playing here, I'm going to the office to finish organizing. It's just I needed more playtime. Yesterday, my husband and I ended up doing a little too much work for the day. All right, so I'm thinking to myself right now, I like how this looks, but in order for this to be a tuck spot and not come out the top, I need it to attach inside of here. You see that? I don't need this to attach, but I need this white part to attach in order to be a tuck spot. Do you see that? So I tried to simplify my world, and I can make it attach. That's still the top. Do you see that's still the top? Right there. But it's hard to attach it when it's folded down here. So let's do that piece next. And we'll do it on both sides. And give myself a nice clean cut on the washi. You only need a clean cut on one side. You can fix it on the other side. Okay? So now this is the top of my tuck. And I fold that in. My nice clean washi side here. This is the top. And then I'm going to fold it in. You ready? So when we fold this in, it will be a lot easier to fold it in now than after I fold everything up. Trim off the excess. And then fold it back. Do you see? It's a lot easier that way. So to get a nice clean line at the top. Here, I'm going to do the same, but I need to come down this line. This one's a little bit more difficult to tinker with because stuff's flipping all every which way. So give yourself the right distance. Peel off your washi, fold it over, and now you have your other pocket. And don't worry about this bottom, we'll do that part last. So do you see, now this pocket can hold something without something coming out of it. Let's do the same on the other side. If you want, you can trim that. I don't want, so I'm not gonna. So here, I'll do the same. Be happy that it's washi. And if you did this with duct tape, you'd be ripping your paper all apart. That's why I said be happy it's washi, because when I take, or you could just put something underneath that's not sticky, like wax paper, if you do want to use duct tape and make it all crazy like that. However you want. Pull this down. And there's this pocket. Trim that off. But wait, that pocket's not going to work because everything will fall out the bottom. Oh, no, it's not going to fall out the bottom because I'm going to tape it at the bottom. And this you do want a nice clean line, so use your scissors. And you're just trimming it to the bottom corner. And I went a little upside down, so I'm going to trim it again to make sure I have a nice clean line there. Flip it over, and when I go to fold it up, you can leave it square. I don't want it square. I want to trim that edge so it has a cleaner line. It just makes me happier, that's all. You see how it has an angle to it, and I just think that's cuter. You want to cut to the edge of your corner. And now, I have a pocket here, and a pocket here, and a big pocket there. And I'll do the same. Here. Trim this off at the edge. When I go to flip it up, I've already thought about that angle, so I have a small angle on this side. Just a small one, but it's okay. And that's it. Now I have a bunch of pockets. I don't like how this isn't so clean on this side. You see how it has a little bit of an edge to it, so I'm just going to trim down to my fold. It's much cleaner. When you ink the edges, that's also quite clean and nice. Looks good. But I don't need that here. I do have my corner rounder. If you're doing this, it doesn't hurt anything to take a little bit off, because it's got a tiny hole, but stuff's not going to fall through unless it's tiny. And it does give it a nice finished look. And it doesn't matter if you use the big size or the small size; it still looks good. And I don't corner around here and here. I'm not even sure I could corner around right there, but I do like the corner round for sure at the top because it just looks more finished as a folder when it's in there. And I can do the same here, and let's use the smaller side. Is this the smaller side? No, that's the smaller side. Let's use the smaller side on this one. And so on this pocket, I just go in and tink off a tiny little corner on each side, I don't do it here sometimes. But because I know this is going to be the head signatures for my books, or the front cover of each signature for the book, and I want this one to be the front, this will be the middle, and that'll be the back. Nope, this will be the middle, and that'll be the back. See how that's solid right there? It's solid right here? That just feels good. So signature 1, signature 2. Signature 2 needs to be edged. Going around it however you want. I did this one big. No, I guess I did it small. And that's good. They don't even have to match. So these are my 3 signatures. Let's make a book real quick. What'd I do? That was not 6.5. What'd I do? I did 8.5. Oh, that's fine. That'll be fine. So let's make this a pocket. 2 inches up. 8.5. 2 inches up. Because I don't want to I have a lot of border strips right now. So, it's fine. And I know that 3 inches will give me a different kind of pocket. So this will just be another internal pocket. So here's an easy 2 inches up. So now I'm at 9. I need 4.5. When I get going, my brain is all magnified right now. Sometimes that takes me a long time. Sometimes it's just a jiffy. Make sure I have a good crease on this because I'm noticing I don't like it. Well, maybe it just folded up a little wonky. It don't matter. So this right here, you see this fold? I have a tuck right here that's nice. I really want to take an edge off of that though. So I want to tuck this in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just take it that way. That looks nice. This right here, remember when I was saying earlier that you can just trim it? I know, these are my material scissors. What am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this, but I felt like it. So you can do that. And so now it's all nice after it's folded, so make sure that when you do your trim, you still have it folded. Otherwise that trim will waste your time, as you see. Oh well, don't waste my time on that one. So now let's take away the bulk on the inside. Take my scissors and just cut up to that fold line right there. Doesn't that look cute? That's starting to look like a folder, right? So then this is a pocket. So we have 1 pocket here, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. It's just cute. My orange tape. I don't like the orange tape with this one. I need another tape. Let's go with blue. All right, so if I can find the end of the tape, I'll show you. I just made an easy pocket because I have a miscut. And so I just lined it up to the edge to give myself a good edge. If this is going to be a book that you want to last for years, I strongly encourage you to either put glue on one side of your washi or use wet glue. That way you can reposition. Use wet glue on paper to make your reinforced edges. I don't need to reinforce this edge because I have it folded around the edge, but I do need to reinforce here. You don't want, if you're using wet glue or duct tape or whatever it is you're using here and not washi, and you stuck it down right there, you would mess up your pocket. It wouldn't be ruined, but you'd mess up your pocket. So you want to make sure that you keep this kind of up in the air when you're folding it over. Now you see that this is still just a flap. I'm going to hold this guy down. Nobody will see that anyway because it's going to be over here. This folder part is done. But I want to attach down at the bottom here my pocket. And for some reason, it's just not working. So I'm just going to take it off from a nice straight edge and keep my straight edge here. Trying to line it up best I can. I flip it over. And like I said before, I really like it when it has just a little trim in for the outside. So I just roll it up. And it's good. If you have any little overhang on this side, trim that off. Now I come back with my corner chopper. If I can find it. Never really care which side it's on as long as it's a rounded corner. And I do these corners. Another thing that I do sometimes, if I know I'm going to be sticking it into something like a Midori, is I will round these corners. And the reason I round those corners is because when they're rounded, it dips in just a little bit and it keeps it from sliding in your Midori. Midori, your traveler's notebook, your flow-ish style journal, whatever you want to call it. All right, so now we have one of our pages.